Gerber Stakeout Spark has been out for a couple weeks now. There is not much information out there online. I thought I'd make another video talking about it and just sort of going over, is it worth to buy it for $69? Now, I feel like what Gerber is trying to do is essentially give you a Leatherman signal and a Leatherman skeletal body. And they have achieved that to some extent. What we have is essentially a Gerber crucial plier head. Then you have this hook that they say is for pulling out tent stakes. Can do some other things with it as well. Bottle cap lifter. There's this clip. And then there is a ferrule rod in here, but this ferrule rod is extremely hard to get out. So we have the ferrule rod right there. Then on the other side, we have the pocket clip. Then closing this up, there's the knife. There is on this side the saw, and then you can see where this is for striking the ferrule rod. And then they talk about the awl part right here at the bottom. It's a little different, but that's how Gerber classifies that point right there. Now, what is the Gerber Stakeout Spark really good at? Well, the Gerber Stakeout Spark is really good at coming in cheaper than Leatherman and lighter than the Leatherman signal and carrying more tools than the Leatherman skeletal. So that's what it excels at. If you want a camping tool with a saw and a ferrule rod, I don't think there is a lighter tool out there right now on the market that has pliers like this. I can't think of one. A lot of these off-brand, if they're not Leatherman, Gerber, SOG, or Victorinox, a lot of times they are not very light at all. That is one of the things we find with a lot of these tools from AliExpress, the off-brands on Amazon and so forth. They are very heavy. So Gerber comes in at, again, 5.4 ounces, very, very light. That is what it excels at. Now, when we look at the plier heads of each of these, I think that really tells the story. You can tell right away that the Leatherman signal is almost twice the size of the skeletal, this one on the top. It is really large. Its plier head is so much larger. And then even when we look at the skeletal compared to the Gerber Stakeout Spark, you can tell that the Gerber is a little bit thinner. It just seems a little bit lightweight and more small compared to the skeletal. Now let's compare these with weight and price. What we have right here is we have price-wise, it's the Gerber Stakeout Spark coming in at $69. The normal, the plain Jane version, Leatherman skeletal, comes in at $75, or anything with a collar comes in at $89. It jumps up rapidly. Leatherman signal is twice the price of the Gerber Stakeout Spark. Did you hear that? Twice the price, $140. But I have to admit that I would definitely still pick a Leatherman signal if I was going camping over the Gerber Stakeout Spark, because it feels so much more solid in the hand. Yes, it is heavier. When we talk about weight, these switch. We've got the skeletal coming in at 5 ounces. Now with my Kirsten Van Patten accessories, 5.2 ounces. The Gerber Stakeout Spark comes in at 5.4 ounces, or 149 grams, 151 grams rather. Skeletal is 149 grams. And the Leatherman signal is 216 grams at 7.6 ounces. That's how it stacks up. Yes, the Leatherman signal is considerably heavier, but it is also considerably more durable. So I feel like that the Gerber Stakeout Spark again excels in adding a couple more tools than the Leatherman skeletal. It is competitive in price, but unfortunately, I don't feel like it is competitive in durability. But the skeletal seems a lot more durable just in the hand than the Gerber Stakeout Spark. But for task around the campground, I'm sure it would be fine. It's just one of those things, if I was taking a very long hike into the middle of nowhere, I would want something else besides this. But around town, around your campsite, I think it's a fine tool for $70. Now, Gerber is trying to creep in on the multi-tool market that is geared more toward outdoors and camping, and two of its biggest budget rivals, I think, will be the DK Shadow and the Roxxon Flash Elite. Both of these sort of serve completely different brands. This one right here, when we turn it to grams, goes to 230 grams. This one weighs in at 8.1 ounces. The Roxxon Flash Elite, 8.6 ounces. Again, fair amount heavier, and then it comes in at 243 grams. Compare that against Gerber's 5.4 ounces. It definitely, these are not lightweight alternatives, but in the budget multi-tool field, these are some of the lightest multi-tools out there. Now, the DK Shadow comes in around $20. It's really hard to beat. I mean, it's got a pocket clip. It's got a really nice plier head, replaceable wire cutters. The thing that lets this down is it does have a 5mm bit driver here at the bottom. If you're concerned about that, it has a whistle, a ferro rod. Now, because of restrictions overseas, it now has a sharpening stone on the back, but my particular model rather, has a ferro rod. Then you do have a can opener, all file screwdrivers. Now, one of the things I notice about the Gerber Stakeout Spark rather, is it does not have a can opener, even though it is specifically geared toward outdoors. Now, recently in a video I did, a lot of you said a can opener is very, very important to us. So that will be a big miss for the Gerber Stakeout Spark. Apparently, they did not do their research like Leatherman has. Now, Roxxon Flash Elite, this is a very nice tool, very comfortable to carry. This has a nice pocket clip as well. Now, this has the ferro rod and the whistle out here on the end. One of the things I like about this is these tools are very easy to get to. Got the saw, and then this is the D2 knife. This comes in around $43, about twice the price rather of the DK Signal, but you can get this on Amazon, and it does have much better blade steel, which is pretty nice that Roxxon has upped their game. Spring-loaded pliers, replaceable wire cutters. Then on the outside, for those of you who find it hard to get tools out of a multi-tool, these are very easy. Just push the button up, then they lock into place. You push the button down right here, and it unlocks the system. Now, we do have a can opener on this one. We do have a file, very small file, Phillips, some screwdrivers, wire strippers. This one right here, again, makes more sense for some people to go camping with a can opener. Again, it has the saw, the ferro rod. I think this is a great option. Both of these really fantastic options. I really like this, especially because of the cheap price and the color, but the Roxxon definitely has better materials and is better made with its knife blade steel, that is. So where does all this leave the Gerber Stakeout Spark? Well, bluntly, it leaves it at too high a price, too small, not enough tools, and just not quite there yet. Is it a good tool for carrying around the campground or hiking on a day trip? I think it is. I think it's great. I have enjoyed carrying it, but I really don't carry it anymore because I like a screwdriver. It's more for hiking outdoors, going camping, and it's just with winter and spring, I'm not quite there yet. But again, its chief advantage is it's lightweight, but I feel like there are better options if you really want a serious tool. But if you just want one to grab and go, this could be a great option for you.